What's good, y'all? Broadcasting live from the Primavera Online High School Lounge. Your morning mess, Joey Boy.
Natasha Castles.
And it's Aneesh.
Now, we're all fighting to introduce this man, the living legend right here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one time. Y'all better give it up one time. DJ Premier! Hey! Primo in the building. Hello, sir.
I was clapping for Primo.
What's good?
I'm good. Shout out to Jazzy J of the Zulu Nation. He always called me Primavera. So
Really?
So the Primavera is now the Primavera for today.
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
We knew that. I mean, we knew that, right? That's why we put
Yeah.
this up
Every
here.
time he calls, he goes Primavera. So
We're in your
there it
lounge.
is.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thanks for having me.
So we were all, we
Aneesh
found
was
out
in the
about
wrong room.
Yeah, he was in the wrong
thought,
room.
You know, I thought you bought the whole building out, but it looks like just the lab.
Nah, we actually just wanted to find where the cappuccinos were. So now that we found that, that's the building we want.
Okay. Yeah.
So we were racing around town for vinyl. Natasha, where'd you go to try to get some vinyl?
Revolver Records right up the street.
Going
looking
digging.
for some
I'm gonna
Gangstar.
go digging there.
Yeah,
digging?
little Jay-Z. I was digging.
I saw it on the way here and said, "Oh man, we gotta stop. Should we stop there first? We're a little early."
Wait, can we go?
Yeah.
Can we go?
Nah.
Yeah, he comes from
You know
like
what it
an
is?
OG.
When certain people dig, they actually, including myself, we still whisper on the phone.
Yeah, you're secretive about it. Like
certain people you'll dig with. Like I'll dig with Alchemist. I'll dig with Showbiz. I'll dig with Lord Finesse. I'll dig with DJ Scratch. And when we call, we go, "Hey, there's a new spot." And it's like, well, I don't know why we're whispering, but that's but it will be like, "There's a new spot on 3rd Ave, and I'll meet you over there." And literally, if we see somebody else in the industry that we don't really mess with, that's in there, real talk,
you stop going
we'll
there.
go, "Oh man," it's almost like they ruin the whole
experience.
thing.
Right.
And if they don't see us because they're looking at the records, we'll tiptoe out just so they don't see us. Because then they'll go, "Hey, yo, what's going on?" And then they'll tell other people that we're
They know
there.
my secrets.
And it brings everybody in there, and then we call that raping the store.
Oh,
they'll be like-
really?
so we'll be like, "Yo, you know that new spot on 3rd?" We'll be like, "Yo, they raped it already."
Oh.
It's like,
Dang.
So then you won't go.
Harsh.
Oh my God.
But then you won't go.
But when you're digging, are you looking for hip hop classics? Are you looking for like Al Jarreau and like Daryl Hall, John Oates, something that you can sample?
It changes every time.
Every time.
It changes every time because, we sometimes just to collect, records of the era, you can't find your copy or
Right.
you want just an extra one to have. And some days you might be working on sampling for making a beat, and you're looking for stuff that fits what your vision is sound-wise.
Right.
you know?
Right.
I
Is there
have
like-
different ways of digging.
Is it like a holy grail of one piece of vinyl you've been searching for you haven't found yet? Is there that one
There's a
record?
couple. There's a couple, and you will find them.
Oh.
I just got
We
off a
will
tour in
find
Europe.
you.
I just got off a
He's not
tour in
telling us.
Europe, and there was a record I was looking for on 45 that it's going to be very rare to find. And went to a store after my sound check, and they had it. First, I saw the group, and I was like, that's not the song. Kept going, and then I found it, and I started jumping around where they're looking at me like, "Yo, he's jumping around like a little 5-year-old."
Real? It gets you that
We
excited?
just got a
That's
touchdown.
how I feel at a
And
thrift store.
Over a 45.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, and again, you can't go, but
I got that answer. It can't go.
Yo,
thanks for having me here. though. I
No,
appreciate it.
absolutely.
as someone that represents like such a golden era of hip hop, obviously there's been, we've been through some motions when it
Right.
comes to hip hop, and I feel like we're finally at a place where we can be proud of what's coming out again, like Kendrick, from
Yeah.
Joey Badass. Is there someone that you're paying attention to in particular that you're listening to?
Definitely both of them. I bought both of the albums when it came out. Even if I haven't heard it, I'm still gonna buy it. You know, some people are like, "Man, I gotta hear it
Yes.
first." But they're certified enough to give you a body of work that's worth putting $9 or $10
Oh, yeah,
into,
for sure.
instead of going, "I'm just gonna buy that one song." Because I come from the era of albums. So we're not used to just buying that. And buying one song is all good, but it should make you want to have more and more and buy
Right.
the whole album. Especially like I said, for the price, you can't. $10 these days is the bugs crawling around. A little spider crawling around. You got $1 in his hand, so
my
you got $10. Shout out to the spiders.
I'm looking for some bugs right now. I mean, you're coming from the legendary Gangstar.
Yes.
We're talking.
Rest in peace to Guru.
Yeah.
His death anniversary is coming up, and was it a
Yeah,
Tuesday?
April 19th,
Yes,
yeah.
in a
Yeah.
couple of days. Is there a memory that you can share?
We were just talking about that too. Like it's just so many. It's like so many. I was saying, living with him from 1988 to 1993, going into 94 when Mass Appeal came out. We lived together.
I was just about to
You
go
know,
there.
so we lived in Branford Marcellus's. He had a brownstone that he had moved out of because he became the music director for Jay Leno. And we moved in. And even before he left, we lived together with his wife, his son, and me and Guru. So like.
Yeah, Branford Marcel's stepkids.
And we're coming in late, like 4 a.m, checking that he let us share his number. So back then everybody had answer machines, and
wow.
So you come in the house. What's the first thing you do? Take off your jacket, dude. Listen to all the messages.
Did you have a rap? Did Guru do your rap on your answering machine?
No, we never did that.
DJ
Real 90s
Primo
style?
right?
At that time, it was cooler to just either. Well, I don't want to. You know what? There's a style that somebody does. I don't want to say it's them, but where they just say the last 4 numbers, you reach 8712, or just using a number like that, and that's it. So I was like, I'm doing mine like that. Reach 2, 3, 4, 7, leave a message.
Yeah, I'm wondering with these classics. I mean, we went back and forth with all just the primo hits and the music. Like I think we all agree. Like Mass Appeal was one of our favorites.
Thank you.
Did Guru get excited as you got excited when you digging through crates?
Absolutely.
When he heard that beat, like what was?
He's more excited when he hears the beat, and because he always makes the titles of the songs, and we stick it on the wall. So
he heard the beat and he knew it was gonna be called Mass Appeal.
No, he gives us the list, and it'll have notes. It'll say Mass Appeal, our first single.
Wow.
A Long Way to Go, Poetic Justice soundtrack, and that was for Poetic Justice because you see they were traveling in the mail truck,
right,
with Pac and Janet and
his
guys,
cousin
Dottore
yeah.
and Regina, so they were lost. So that's why it says it's a long way to go when you don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're going when you're lost. We made it for that, and they didn't use it. They didn't accept the song, but we liked it so much we were like, let's put it on Hard to Earn album. Because it just sounded, even with the Here's a Funky introduction with 5 recipes to him.
Yeah.
It was the perfect setting. So that was even on the wall. Anytime we get a gig or we're planning on another album, he always describes just a little piece in parentheses. Above the Clouds, a song about your mental, hopefully with Expected Deck, of Wu-Tang Clan. So that's how he does it. And then I just look at the list, and whatever one I'm in the mood to think of an idea, I start creating a track to match that title.
Wow.
What?
So the title wall came first, and then
I'll look at the Primo Vera wall. and
you might make a beat out of just this moment right now.
Yeah, and that's how we do it. So the singles we always do last. Like some people like, hey, I made my single 3 weeks ago, and now we're finishing our album, and we would put the single out just to get the buzz. We do all the other stuff, and the ones that he already has on the wall, Militia is a single, Ex-Girl to Next Girl is a single, so I already know, go to those last. Once we do it, when we finished all the other songs and do the single, now you give it to radio, especially at that time, because we were on radio, it'll be that fresh out of the box. It wasn't like something we had 5 months ago. We just did it maybe 3 days ago.
Wow.
And go straight to radio with it. So it's just fresh, like they say, hot off the press.
Have you heard anybody else do it that way? I've never heard.
Nah, I mean, I'm sure people do, but that was our
I've never, all the interviews I've ever done.
No.
Yeah, that's our formula.
You start with like just writing it out, and then I'm going to do a beat too.
Yeah, that's our formula. Always still been our formula of every Gangstar album.
I got like a golden 5 of autographs. I did before his passed. I got a Guru autograph.
Really?
You see some of the autograph, the collection. I got my Guru. Right. I got a Biggie autograph.
Wow.
I got an Aaliyah autograph. So I have them all together. That's those definitely my hip hop memorabilia throughout the years of radio, man. Yeah. That's an awesome story.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's always been the way we've done it. So and then we were used to, like I said, just going in, making the song right there, not. Bringing a beat tape and just saying, hey, here's 20 beats, pick the best 10 you want. I'll take number 3 and number 7 and number 2.
Like, this is what you got.
Yeah, that started to become the norm where a producer would submit a whole bunch of beats and you pick one you want to do a record to. We go in and say, every Jay-Z record, it was go in and just make it right there. Every Biggie record, go in and make it right there while they wait. It's like, you put the order in and then we wait for it.
Really? So even like, I'm more of a pop head here, and I know I love the work that you did with Christina Aguilera.
Thank you.
Is that the same process that you had creatively even with like,
her?
Man?
It was just let's make some tracks and if whatever grab, but still making it right there.
Wow.
While she waits, and we had so much fun working on that album.
She waits. What is it like? I'm like blown away. So how fast does it make you to? I mean, these beats are classic.
It just depends. Like I hear it in my head once I know that I'm really gonna go in with that person. I kind of hear it in my head.
Can we recreate? Aneesh, can you walk out and pretend you're Christina Aguilera and let's play this out? We'll walk out and pretend you're Christina Aguilera
without a hesitation.
Without a
Look at him. He's like fine.
And then you have a conversation with Primo. I want to see how. And can we be spectators?
All right.
I'm
a fly on the wall.
How this works?
Are we commentators?
Christina, and you're in the studio.
Primo's like.
Hi.
Hey, Christina.
How you doing, P?
I'm good.
You good? Awesome.
Yeah.
I need to write a song. I need it to be about how I have one man in my life and I don't need anybody else.
Okay. Gotcha.
Good? We going with that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it?
Maybe 3 hoes. There you go.
Yeah, you gotta take it up levels.
Hold on.
Hey.
Ain't no other man on
Woo.
the plan.
Hit. That's gonna be a hit.
There it
You might
is.
get a Grammy for that one.
Is that how fast it is? You're in front of like a keyboard when she just starts.
Well, with Ain't No Other Man, we were actually done, and she said, "Well, we work on one more," and we had already done the other stuff. That was the last song we did, and then the drum pattern was rolling at the time while I'm still just looking for an idea of what to add to it.
For that you ain't none of the man.
Mm-hmm.
So how long
and
between?
she walked in on that, just that dum dum tak tak dum tak.
Yes.
She goes, "What's that?" And I was like, "We're working on one more for you." She goes,
Oh, wow.
I like that. That's
That was
it.
the
She
one
goes,
more.
That's
What?
She goes, "That's the single."
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
When it comes to hip hop, you've stayed very true to your sound. There's a loyal
Absolutely.
following to it. I mean, even myself, I'm a newbie when it comes to hip hop.
Right.
What has kept you on that track? Like loyal, you've never really done, gone into the crunk space or like the trap music and whatnot.
Just because that space already has a lane,
Mm-hmm.
and my lane is loved by my audience, so I do it really for my audience. But if other people like it outside of my audience, we embrace everybody, But the audience that supported me and made me pop, where I've been able to get houses, cars, all buy my mom what she wants. It was from doing it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So but I like pop music. I like rock. I like jazz. I like alternative. I used, when I was in high school, we went to the Smiths concerts and Devo and Psychedelic Furs and NXS when they were all in, brand new groups. NXS was new. They weren't, U2. I'm a big U2 fan from the 80s because I graduated high school in '84. So. I've been around and then I was around before rap.
Uh-huh.
So to be around before rap even started, I have the total respect and understanding of how it developed to what it is. So that's the style that I study. Like, wow, I want to do that. So I keep that sound preserved because that way, when it expands way past which we call the watered down, era, it's all good. But somebody's got to preserve the roots of it. It's just like a tree. If the roots is in the ground, it still has to eat from the earth in order for it to still grow and be a strong tree.
I can
Otherwise,
appreciate
it falls over during the storm.
Right. You mentioned the roots. What would you say, especially for like some of these new cats, they're able to, upload a lot of the music on their own straight to SoundCloud and whatnot, and they're not really like preserving the realness and the authenticity that is hip hop. Who would you say are some of the people besides yourself that they would need to study in order to kind of
that they need to study?
Yeah, to keep that integrity.
There needs to be. There's a lot of rappers that need to study hip hop.
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's so many, and then with the internet now, you can find all that stuff. Like,
so I mean,
you could type. Classic hip hop of the 80s and mad stuff's gonna pop up from interviews, documentary stuff. I'll be like, oh man, I remember that when I was in junior high, stuff like that. It's there, and that's never going anywhere because somebody's posting it up so that history exists in some type of format. Being that it's not about just knowing where to go. Like in our era, it was like another whisper. Hey, they're throwing a hip hop joint down at the Payday on Friday, and it's like they're gonna do it every Friday, really? And you get there, and they're treating it like Studio 54. My former manager was one of the guys that did it, named Patrick Moxie. He did the Payday in the Milky Way, and people would say that in their rhymes. Yo, let's hook up and get a drink and head down to the Payday, because that was part of the scene that you would go to if you were in New York. So And they were selective. Like, no, I know you got the fly sneakers on and everything, but you don't fit. You're not getting in. It's like you were begging and hoping to get in and be chosen. And it was rocking up in there, like straight rocking. And this is way before the major label level of hip hop. And we got in every time. And he was like, man, I love that new song y'all did, Manifest. He said, I got to get you to a major. He said, we should talk. And you're like, wow. You know, from doing it the way you do it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Are there any cats, any of these new school cats that you want to work with that you've heard?
Definitely J. Cole. And one of the reasons why is because now we're on a group chat thing that we do on the phone with each other. Questlove started. It's me. It's a lot of people.
Who's on this group chat,
I mean,
please?
I like
Just name a few names. Questlove, yourself.
Yeah, Questlove, Jazzy Jeff, Lord Finesse, Alchemist, J. Cole, James Poyser from The Roots. He's Jeremy Ellis. Who else? Diplo, Q-Tip, Pete Rock, Large Professor.
Diplo surprises me all the time, and I love
Swiss
it.
Beats.
Oh,
Wow.
So there's like a good 15, 20 cats.
60 of us.
60?
And we're Clark Kent, and we're doing jokes and just all kinds of stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we found the Illuminati. Oh,
Right?
we found
Of
the
like
Illuminati
rap?
right
No,
here.
it's not me. It's not me.
Hip hop Illuminati
I'm
right
too
here.
dark to be Illuminati.
Is this a once a week convo? Or is it a constant?
Actually, I painted myself brown, so when I leave
Stop.
here, I'm gonna take the ink off.
Are you
That's
guys like
amazing.
sharing memes in this group chat, or like what's really like?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
like
crazy. It's
what
crazy.
kind of like is
It's
it memes about
crazy.
yourself
It's crazy.
or
Oh
any
my
of the
God,
cats in
stop.
there?
Wait,
I'll
I'm
show
getting
you just a scroll. And
Just one scroll.
I'll wake up and there's 1,000.
I bet.
Oh my God!
Especially
This
if, like,
is
they're over in-
amazing.
Watch it. Okay, that thing's just.
So is that a meme right there?
No, see, I just cleared mine
It's
for
an
the
article.
first time. Yeah. Post from De La Soul's on it. Adrian Young, Buck Wild. Who else? DJ Harrison, J. Period, Kilo Saunders, Knots. It's a lot.
Wow,
That's a whole
it's
lot.
amazing. I'm on a group
And you
chat
know what
with
I like
Aneesh,
too?
Natasha, and
Right.
our producer AC Rock. It's kind of special. We talk every
and
day.
J. Cole is always.
Asking us like, what was it like with this and this, and he wants to be informed.
Yeah.
It's cool, and we're happy to tell him.
So he's a student of the
yeah,
game.
Ninth
He's-
Wonder's on it too. Yeah, we're happy to be like, oh man, matter of fact, let me send you something. And all of a sudden, a beat pops up from
Really?
somebody, and then we're all like, hey, and we can download it and keep it. And
Oh
and
my
Questlove's like, check these beats out. He starts playing the drums live, sending them. Yeah,
Sending them and going, yo, nice kick and snare. I'm making a beat tomorrow. And
What?
yeah, it's a trip.
Yeah, that's what I'm like too. Like I'm forever like just a student of music, hip hop when it comes to radio
Right.
specifically. I was just sharing before the interview that I had just watched the Stretchable Beat though.
Oh yeah, good documentary.
Great
Yes.
documentary.
Great
Yeah.
documentary.
Can you take us back to a time like when radio, like when you were just able to go up and just play your records?
I mean, for one, I guess one of the advantages at that time is we were the top artists that were, looked upon for hotness. So to have radio shows that were also part of what we were giving out, besides making records and touring and doing videos, our music was the sound of that era when Stretch and Bobbito came out. So it was easy to even get play because we would make records that they definitely would co-sign and say, oh, I got to spend this on the show. And even back then there was more scratching in the record, more lyrical wordplay. I mean, I know some of the young artists like, man, we don't care about we ain't about them lyrics. That's cool. But I mean, but there's still the fundamentals of where this whole
Where it
thing
came from.
and you gotta care about where it came from. You can say you don't care,
yeah, that's cool.
I already pretty
That's
much
my
know
style.
your
I-
ending of your career.
Damn.
It
Right.
happens every time. It doesn't just happen with the cats now. It happened in our era. It happened in every era. The people before us. If you don't really, really stay rooted in the entire passion of it like I do, you're not gonna last the whole way as far as a longevity aspect. I was 19 when I got in Gangstar. I'm 51 and still more active than people that even came before me, or my age, or younger than me.
Or younger.
Because
Hello.
we're that much into still putting the passion behind it. I don't think you should put an age on anything that you love.
And speaking of staying active, you were just talking about working on Macklemore's album. Can we talk about that?
me and Macklemore. Shout to him. I've known him since the Elevated Elements era. A lot of people, that may think he just came out of nowhere when he got with Ryan Lewis. And shout out to Ryan, who's a dope producer, and his sound for what Macklemore and Ryan do. They Macklemore has been around since the 90s doing his thing. It's just, you had to know that scene. We knew the Seattle scene, aside from Sir Mix-a-Lot and people like that, and Jake One and the Conception Records, which was a big deal back in the 90s, and Macklemore was around doing his thing. So he's really a lyrical dude, and he said he wants to go back to just showing just straight rhyming skills. So I did some dark Preem stuff, and then we did one where he said sounds like a more of a story type joint, and he knows his hip hop too. He knows his history. We were talking about I posted the other day Kid Rock, Jesse Collins over at BET. Yeah, it was like, yo, where you at? I said, I'm about to head home. He said, man, how far are you from Park Ave at this barbecue spot? And I'm like, I actually 5 minutes. He said, yo, Kid Rock said he knows every underground joint from back in the 80s and this and that. I want you to grill him. And I said, all right, come over there. I'm bringing, and I'll sing the line, or I'll sing the line, or I'll say the name of the song, and he'll actually say the group, or he'll join in and sing the rest of the lyrics. I was like, wow, and he was getting them all.
Really?
Yeah, like rare stuff. He was getting them all, so.
I would almost ask me to test me, but
maybe,
I'm scared.
Maybe out of 10,
he didn't get 1 or 2 right. But that's,
really?
Yeah, he knew everything from 80s pure stuff and all that. He could DJ and cut on the wheels, all that stuff. Yeah.
Wow. I want to sideline for a second. I want to thank you, actually. This is
Thanks,
random.
Christina.
When I was younger, I started using a software called FL Studio, and I started making little beats and stuff on my own, and I used one of your drum kits, actually.
Yeah.
So that's why
I never did a drum kit, but
I figured.
But there's one I even got, and I was like, damn, whoever tried.
It's just
like one of the snares just goes.
And I'm just like, that's not me.
No, but I guess what I want to say with that is that producing beats is a lot more accessible to a lot of people now, and there's a lot of young and up-and-coming people who are really trying to step into that lane.
Right.
What kind of advice do you have for any of those kids that are trying to come their way up in the production lane?
Guru used to always say, compare yourself to everybody that you like and see where you fit in without being a copycat, where they'll go, oh man, you taking my style or whatever, but where it'll make us take notice and say, hey, I like your direction. I can tell you get it. And that's how we always approach it, So that's what's worked always for us, and that's the I compare myself to every great artist from Prince to James Brown to Aretha Franklin to the Eagles to AC/DC to Rush. Early U2, and I'm like, yo, I fit in right there if it comes to a hip hop approach, or just whoever that artist was working with. It's got to be somebody I really like, or I feel like there's a vibe there. There's a vibe there. Doesn't matter. I just did a record that's about to come out with a video with a group called Cherub. They just got off of a major tour. If you look them up, CHERUB, Cherub, and they're fans of what I've done just as fans, and they got this crazy fan base that follows them around. Even their Instagram is wild and crazy, like a frat house, which reminds me of our Gangstar years. When we lived together, it was like a frat house.
I bet.
We'd come home from tour, we could be gone for 3 days, and the house is just full of people, and you just either just jump in, or it's like, yeah, I'm going to sleep, enjoy the party. Like, that's how much our house was up and running, like those are the memories that make it great. So I mean, from all of that, that all goes into what makes the whole ball still turn a certain way. So
and now you're on tour.
Yeah,
with a band.
Well, I just got back. I just got back from a European tour with an artist named Tori Wolf. Me and my manager started a new label. I think I have it on the TTT up there. Yeah, TTT. That stands for To the Top.
Okay.
And that's our motto that we always say, to the top, even when we're breaking out from each other and saying peace out, to the top. So being he always said that, I'm very into names and labels and just titles and stuff because I come from a art family. So to the top, at first I was like, nah, I don't want to call it that, but it works, and it's an alternative to my underground label called Year Round Records, which has been out since 2005. That's just straight raw street, just hardcore, where to the top is R&B, alternative, pop, whatever.
Right.
And we have a Miguel record that's out right now called "To Loving You," which was supposed to be on his last album, Wild Heart, but this version ever was released, and we were able to actually get the record put on TTT just as a single release and a video. So that's currently out now, which is making some noise. And then we have our first signee named Tori Wolf. She's from Long Island, New York.
You all heard of her?
She's alternative.
I have not.
Yeah, she's a different alternative type of approach to music. And she fit the TTT vision, so she's the first artist signed, and her album's called Flow Riot. So be looking on it. You'll start seeing everything pop up in the next couple of weeks. And then me and MC8 did a project together.
Gia.
You know what's so crazy? We're doing the Gia campaign as the promo where I'm Snoop, Khaled.
I love MC8.
Scarface, a whole bunch of artists are doing a drop where they all go Gia, and then which way is west. So, and it's funny, anytime I bring him up, MC8, they go Gia, like it's automatic. It's not before even anything else.
Yeah.
Before AWACS and Minister Society, it's always Gia. So that's crazy. And I'm waiting for somebody to do it. So he covered for he covered for y'all. He covered for you, so you're good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's called Which Way Is West. So it'll be coming out. We're dropping the video and a single next week. And,
you don't stop, my God! You got
so
you have a very busy schedule, my man.
Prime 2, we're doing that with Royce 5'9" again. I have a group from New York called the NYGs, and they'll be coming out with an album. They're an extension of the Gangstar Foundation.
Do you just travel with a studio? Are you like in a Winnebago with a studio? No, you just.
I like to be in New York when I create. I mean, I started bringing a drum machine because I started scoring The Breaks, which was a series on VH1 that
I watched it.
I was executive producer of that and did the music for that. So that was the only time because with a weekly show, you got to have tracks ready like every 2 days. So I brought a machine and just did it in a hotel. But I like to just be in my lab, just holed up in there and just everything's there. The records are there. The setup is there. The way I sit is there. There's a certain chair, all of that. So, at the end of the day, it all came out good. And I just like to keep banging out stuff. So it's like, man, he's got 30 things out. I think that's
30,000 things.
Yeah. 30,000 things out. Yeah, I forgot to add the other zero.
Well, we're going to race to this record shop to beat him to go through these crates real quick, man.
Yeah,
but
my driver, she's
shout
to Rosie. Rosie gets busy.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by, man. The line is going to take a picture with you, man. The legendary. Give it up one time. DJ Premier, y'all. Yeah. Primo. All
right.
Hey. Gia.